A highway wanders through the desert. A tumbleweed drifts past a dusty dive bar. A coyote shrieks out to no one in particular. Someone's bleeding out in a bathroom stall. The stars tonight are bright, but not nearly bright enough. This place does not exist, and yet, here you are. Welcome to San Arroyo, kindred. We here at Dubious Creatures present to you the vampire with no name. So, all roads lead to St. Francis. By the time the rest of the coterie catches up, the vigil is now in full effect. Dozens of tiny little candle lights against the dark as over 24 people crowd in to the courtyard area, mourning, weeping, trying to commemorate 6 lives taken for their time. And all of you are here, and all of you were there, and all of you, in your own ways, were culpable. Those 6 faces stare up at you. And yet, for some of you, you can't help but wonder, all these people pressed together like this, would anyone really notice if one just wandered off for a moment? It's a very ugly thought. Not the sort of thought one should have at a solemn event like this, and yet it persists, as does the hunger. Ambella.
Yes?
You feel a little tug on your shoulder from behind as you see Hygeia looking incredibly frantic, but trying very hard to keep it together despite the circumstances.
Ambella's gonna grab one of Hygeia's shaking hands and give her a very firm look and a nod.
Okay, so Freddy's talking with Knox over by the mortuary. Why is the Regent here? She hisses as she looks over to where 5 of you are gathered, and indeed, Rafe Patton is also among the flock.
I don't know.
Is he a fucking Gnostic? Is he here for fucking services? Why is he here?
I don't fucking know, Hygeia. Look. Pure and simple, we're just here for the exchange. And Regent can do whatever the fuck Regents do. Alright, they're not our fucking Regent, okay?
Okay, so... What do you... Just get him down to the refectory, make the exchange, right?
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna... I mean, that shit show, that wasn't our fault, right?
No! We didn't bring fucking hunters to the switchyard. We were just doing what we always fucking do, and it just went wrong, okay? But we're gonna make it right.
Would it be the worst thing to try and win them over? I mean, I talked to Aster. She seems, well, like any thin blood in San Arroyo, fucking terrified of everything.
Maybe Ash is a little bit more amenable Crowe took Darren. Okay?
What?
Darren got shot, and he's at Crowe's.
But you didn't say anything about...
I don't fucking remember, okay? Look, we're gonna get Jesse back, and Boss will get us in, and... Look, maybe there is a chance, okay? I'm pretty sure Crowe's taken in by her sire a little bit too much, and if he's gone and out of the picture, then maybe. I'm not saying there's not a chance, just that... Look, if you want to talk to Aster and you want to try to get them on our side, then, fucking great. Please do it. Just... I don't trust Crowe.
Okay. I don't know. Fuck, Bella, I'm not public relations. I get you guys L and occasionally put in a good word with Tabula. I don't know what to do.
Just... They've got to see how ridiculous the tower is, alright? With all their stupid fucking rules. And they're never gonna accept Aster, right? So... just... lead with that, I guess.
Okay. Not exactly a hard sell after the night we had, but what are you gonna be doing?
I don't know. I'm gonna figure it the fuck out, and I may not have the cult anymore, alright? But I got that book from Crowe. And if we're the dispersed, then the demon of dispersion can shine down on us and make sure everything goes our way, okay? We just gotta have a little faith.
Ambella, go ahead and give me either charisma plus persuasion or charisma plus subterfuge.
I will take subterfuge. Oh, that's 3 successes. I think we're gonna willpower for this. Nope. That is 3 successes.
The truth's just a lie agreed upon, right? Or was that the status quo? She's scared. Her partner is in real danger. Who wouldn't be scared? But she trusts you, for better or worse. So she slowly kind of shoulders her way through the crowd towards Aster, where indeed you see, wearing, you think the same outfit she was wearing when you guys met at the switchyard, your fellow Thin Blood.
Hey, Gia, is that you?
Hey,
Hey, have you changed?
can we talk? Away from... She cast a glance over at Crowe and her new friend.
Yeah, Aster will absolutely grab Riley. Don't worry, Riley's cool.
Hi.
Okay, look, shit's bad.
Yeah.
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 That feels like an understatement.
This whole Switchyard 6 thing, everybody who's anybody is got their hackles raised because of it. You can't really just sweep 6 dead 20-somethings under the rug.
Yeah, it's a lot.
A lot. This is a lot.
And the church is supposed to be neutral territory in theory, which is why it's all going down here.
Oh, gosh. Okay. that answers that question. Do you know the details of this? Because we were given a very uncomfortable run through.
Yeah.
Look, where it all went down, that's Anarch territory, right?
Yeah.
But then all of this happened, and then Langford and his goon squad showed up. So it's a bit of a clusterfuck.
Mm-hmm.
And the church, they mediate, I guess you could say. The congregation, some of them are on our side of the fence, some of them are on theirs. So that's why everybody, well, I wouldn't say trusts, but...
That's why the air feels thick.
Yeah, and Freddy's here.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, no, because I saw Tall Dark and Fisticuffs over there, and the region. Why is
I don't know what the hell
here?
he's doing here. I have no idea. What? I was hoping you could tell me.
There are already enough Cam muckety mucks down there already. Look, Freddy's here on behalf of the movement, right? So he's, for better or worse, the guy who's trying to get my boyfriend out of this mess.
Oh, right. Shit. This gets more complicated with a second.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
I get that first impressions at the switchyard weren't great, and I get that Ambella is a lot.
I don't trust her.
Look, we've all got shit, okay? None of us are exactly saints.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But you can't sit there and tell me honestly that your lives since being dead have improved.
No, it's gotten so much worse, actually.
It's so much worse. And my life before was fucked up.
My life
Right.
before was pretty good.
Exactly. And people like Freddy and Ambella, for better the worse, are on the side of, hey, maybe life shouldn't end in an equally shit afterlife.
You can understand that.
And it's an uphill battle.
I can respect that, and I respect the movement. I don't trust Annabelle.
Look, I'm not saying we have to get matching friendship bracelets. I'm just saying, if shit goes down, which is a possibility.
Are you asking us to be on her side?
I'm asking to be on the side of the people who at the very least will do you the courtesy of stabbing you in the front.
As long as it's not any side that Henry Passmore is on, I'm game.
I don't know who that is, but...
That's my sire.
Cool. Okay. So is that a yes?
It's a very... listen, I want to say that this is a yes because I want this to go down without any violence. Too many people have died. No, we can't have any more of that. However, I know for a fact Ash will not go with this because of Freddy.
Why?
That's a very complicated answer, and it is not my story to tell.
Great. That's great. That's wonderful.
Something to do with
Sorry.
family things.
It's a family thing.
So what are we going to do here? Because we're all going to be in a room.
Together? Does Freddy have to fucking be there?
Yes, he has to fucking be there. He's the only one who's got any status. You think Ambella is going to be the one trying to keep people from not actively stabbing each other to death?
I think Ambella would encourage it.
I think she would be the first to draw the blade. Aster's got like her hands just in her face, just like, oh fuck.
So please, I need.
Okay, just hang out here for a minute. We really gotta go talk to Ash.
Yeah.
Okay, just
maybe
come up with your game plan, and when you're ready, head out to the mortuary. Ask for a guy named Knox. I guess you could call him he mans the door, for lack of a better word.
Awesome.
And you don't have to believe in the gospel, but just keep all your jokes to yourself is all I ask.
Yeah, can do.
Justen.
Okay.
Hey, not to change subject, but like, if things don't go according to plan, we're still cool, right? Because you're actually pretty rad and I want to hang out with you more.
Thanks, I guess. Most of it was admittedly just panic and cannabis, but...
Okay.
Yes.
That
I've had
seems to
many
be
of those
good
days
life.
before.
Just...
We'll do our best. That's all I can give you.
We can get Ash to just put things aside for one night.
Just make sure they don't lose their shit, is all I ask. Just help me get my stupid, clanless himbo out of goddamn church prison, and I will be your best friend forever.
I can do that,
We'll try.
Many, many great things are done in the name of love. I understand.
Yeah. I don't, but okay. And then walks off.
She looks at you, Ambella, and gives you kind of a shaky thumbs up.
Well, Ambella is going to head out to the mortuary and make her way into the church.
Alright, Hygieia will follow after you, which just leaves the rest of you, and Rafe, again, is also here and just seems to be very calmly observing the proceedings.
Gonna, after leaving this, gently tug on Ash's sleeve and say, we need to have a talk real quick.
Having seen who they were who Raleigh was talking with, will shrug and say, all right, let's talk, and moves away to try to get a little bit of space.
Not gonna like it.
No, you're not, but you're going to have to be okay with it because the things falling apart is the worst option.
Yeah. Yeah.
By far.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Tell me what the terrible thing is.
Freddy's here.
Freddy's
Okay.
the one that we have to negotiate with.
Yeah.
Do I need to be in the room?
I think so.
Yeah, unfortunately. Look, we get to this night. Fuck it, you have my axe. We will fight him.
Yeah. We will fight. I will burn him alive.
Yeah, we gotta just get through this night. We gotta get this settled without violence.
Lucky for you, I have promised, apparently, the woman who is ruining my family's life that I'll keep my cool with him. So, I will not start anything.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm not.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I don't expect me to offer much because that might
It's
be
a
a
lot.
bridge too far.
It's that's
It's
totally.
understandable.
Okay. Yep. We should just go rip this Band-Aid off and figure out why Wraith is here.
I was just see like,
Yeah.
why is right here?
Also, where's Jeremy? She pulls out her phone and like texts Jeremy.
Yes, where is Jeremy?
Well, he was trying to get in to the church, so
There's
doing that, presumably.
Yeah, there's still an opportunity. You spy Ambella and Hygeia. They seem to know where they're going.
I'm just going to follow them. I'm not even trying to hide. I'm just going to follow them in.
Fair enough. So, yeah, Aster, you have no idea where Jeremy is.
Awesome. Cool. Great. Yeah, we should just go inside, y'all. Regroup with Crowe.
All right. Let's do this.
Super not confident.
So
As we are regathering, could we possibly get a fit check for everybody? Just because I'm like, I want to know everybody's outfits.
Oh, yes. How are you presenting yourself as you go to Vampire Church? I'm also curious.
Ash, do you want to start?
Sure. So Ash is. We'll start. We'll go bottom up. So some black combat boots with with ladder lacing. A sort of like a broomstick skirt. It goes down to just above the tops of the boots for maximum swishing action if somebody's head needs to get fucking kicked in. A black denim jacket and a Black Sabbath crop top.
And in that vein, I will go next. I'm wearing a beat up old pair of purple Converse high tops, sort of artfully ripped fishnet stockings, very short shorts, a black crop top, and I have thrown over it one of Taylor's old flannels just to sort of complete the look.
Taylor does strike me as the sort of person who has several flannels.
Yeah, no, and I rotate through all of them.
Of course, as is your right.
Aster is wearing a pair of black palazzo pants with a black crop top and some little like suspenders and black combat boots.
Crowe is in a very DIY denim patchwork vest with the hood pulled up and short sleeve, like tank top. Well, it probably was a t-shirt at some point, but the sleeves were torn off of it, and patchwork denim pants is a very full DIY punk style to her outfit tonight.
I guess that just leaves Jeremy and Ambella.
I mean, Jeremy's wearing same thing he was wearing when he left, which is the, I think, only outfit he currently owns other than the one Aster bought him. But
Classics never go out of style.
And then Ambella's got on a full-length peasant-style skirt with a lot of, like, patchwork floral pattern on it. Simple black tank top and a crocheted shrug shawl type of thing. And just way too many necklaces, per usual.
And you're currently all convening on where Crowe's standing with her new friend, correct?
Yeah.
No, with the exception of you,
wizard guy.
Jeremy. Indeed. The wizard guy in question is well, he looks like he's about to attend a college lecture, not a secret vampire cult. Button-up shirt, very loose cardigan, functional pants, and hiking boots, topping off the rather simple display. The tattoos, though, there's no hiding those. They cover pretty much every inch of skin, you think, below the jawline.
Okay, so what's the plan? And we'll look to Crowe.
And as soon as that eye contact is made, she is turning her attention over to Rafe.
Yes, this does seem rather like one of Sebastian's plans, doesn't it?
I feel so comforted.
I'm kind of new to Sebastian plans, but I think he could do a better job.
Kind of sucks. Listen, I'm not a smarty, but
Look, fuck it, we ball is not a plan.
Sebastian.
It's a vibe.
I'm sure Sebastian has a plan, and us not being let in on all the details is probably to assist in the furtherance of the plan. Like, it's better that we don't know, kind of thing.
That's the
kind of
opposite of how
hinders
the
us.
plans work.
Yeah.
We need to know.
Yeah, that would be different if we were dealing with fucking humans and not people who could read minds and make you do shit that you weren't planning on fucking doing.
That's like half the people in LA.
Yeah. Anyway, Rafe, what are we doing here?
I was rather hoping you could tell me. I was under the impression that this was part of your search for items.
Ambella does have the cult. Well, or did have the cult. Did have the cult, so we don't need that anymore. I don't even know what they have.
They have, from what I understand, it is a prisoner exchange for Sebastian to get one of the anarchs back.
Sebastian said that there's another artifact here, that this whole exchange thing is to make it easier for him to get whatever this other artifact is.
Yeah, but we already have a deal for that artifact. Yeah. One that doesn't involve a dangerous prisoner exchange, just, taking a rosary off an old lady.
The prisoner exchange wasn't immediately a part of the plan. The prison exchange thing is all because of Ambella. Just
old lady? Rafe, again, seems just mildly confused.
There's
I'm so
we got her name, right?
She's Nosferatu, right?
Yeah, named Arlene.
That gets a look from Rafe.
Aster just shrugs at him, like, eh?
You want to share the joke?
She's one of my fellow Primogen.
Fuck.
I take it Mr. McLeod put you up to this?
You mean
Toad?
Is that what he's going by these nights?
Yeah. Could get the notebook that the church has. It has Masav's notebook.
Oh, yes, because robbing a Primogen is so much safer.
We were just going to ask.
Yeah. Jeremy, and looks around again, said he had a plan.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll just see whose plan works out better.
If I might just... You're walking into a nest of competing agendas.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that was pretty obvious, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not unsympathetic, but I also have my own responsibilities. Right now, Masav, that situation that is still very much at large in the city, is one of them. And this exchange, for better or worse, I am being forced into due to a previous matter of prestation that Sebastian has over me. If you think that this artifact will alleviate the situation, then I'm not going to stop you.
I sense a but.
No, but simply the fact that I'm not going to stop you, but there may be other individuals down there that are less inclined to let you rob the church archive.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Either way, if you could succeed, all the better for it. It really just depends on how much of a spectacle you plan on making of yourselves.
I really don't want to make a spectacle. I really want to know that.
I don't. I want to do this as spectacleless as possible.
I am also somewhat biased, admittedly, because my child is down there. And I would rather prefer she not be in harm's way.
Yeah, no, that
makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
If But she does happen to know quite a bit about the inner workings of the church, given that she is a card-carrying member. If you have a moment, and assuming that everything hasn't gone to hell in a handbasket, perhaps while the majority of the room is occupied with the aforementioned exchange, find Carmen. Explain the situation to her, and she may be persuaded to assist you.
Okay.
Very well.
Carmen.
Description, generally just basic features, like color hair.
Brunette, South American, wears she's rather vocal about her own faith. Will likely be assisting in whatever ceremony they have prepared downstairs.
Okay.
Is it safe to assume that you're going to help with Sebastian?
I'm going to do what this boon requires of me. Other than that, I don't do politics. I do my job.
Nope. No, can't ask any more of that. Thank you.
Then, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we shall.
Yep.
They all, Jeremy included, have filtered in by the time you all slowly, not as a whole group, as not to attract too much attention from the various other civilians within the space. Make your way out of the courtyard towards the cemetery. It's not a particularly large cemetery. Couple dozen graves in neat rows. They sort of small, almost hut-like mortuary building at the far end. You can see, leaned up against one side of this building, looks like he might be playing some kind of game on his phone, is a kind of stocky fire plug of a man. Dark skin, very close cropped hair. He's wearing work boots and gardener's gloves. He looks up at the five of you with your new companion in tow. Says, Regent, didn't strike you as the type. Who are your friends? Fellow lost souls looking to connect with their brothers and sisters in Caine. All right, you don't gotta get all cloak and dagger with me. No, you're just here to check in on your kid. Wish my old man was that attentive. He takes a keychain off his belt, opens up the mortuary, which is about what you expect. Old embalming supplies, a couple of large slabs for the preparation of bodies, and weirdly enough, a bunch of plastic wrapped packages of red Solo cups. Alright, you're gonna have to get down there single file, not exactly made for crowds, if you know what I mean. He kneels down, lifts up some sort of latch at the base of one of these mortuary slabs and pushes it. It rolls forward with a slight squeal of hinges as you see a narrow staircase underneath, descending downwards.
Well, into the crypt, I guess.
Once more into the breach.
I do have some cultural sensitivity notes about the passphrase, but we can deal with that later.
I am not the guy to take that up with. Come on, on you get.
Goes forth into the darkness.
I'll go first, I guess.
The stairs curve sharply, like they're heading back towards the building. The air rapidly grows musty and stale. Whatever this place is, probably wasn't built with ventilation in mind. You find yourself very quickly, however, exiting out into a larger chamber, roughly rectangular, with a large set of double doors directly in front of you. There is light down here, but it comes from rows upon rows of red candles set into sconces in these bare concrete walls, the only decoration that you can see. So the light in here is, especially as you move around, disturbing the still air, flickering, casting long shadows. To your direct left, there is a table with a bunch of just red solo cups just left out. And directly above the door, there's an inscription. 2 rows of lettering, one English and one in a lettering that looks very similar to the chicken scratch you saw on those clay tablets, Crowe. It proclaims, "Let no child of Caine be barred."
Nice to know they're fostering an inclusive religious space.
Kind of reminds me of when the Catholic Church tried to rebrand.
God, I'm thankful to be like one of the only Protestant shitty families in Santa Arroyo. Let's go do church.
You push open the doors, and first thing you hear is the voice that resonates out. The effect is immediate. One moment, it was as silent as a grave down here. The next, you hear a low baritone proclaim across the space. "And we pray thee, supply our needs from night to night. Command thy host to break us from our bonds, that it may be to thy glory and to the good of Cainite and Caine alike. Forgive us our transgressions as we forgive our brothers and sisters of the blood. Be present within us and slake us." The voice echoes across this nave like a brutalist echo of a more traditional Catholic church. More candlelit sconces provide illumination for 2 rows of pews set out in a long hallway, the back dominated by an altar, but where normally there would be a crucifix, instead there's a massive triptych. Looks hand-painted, this beautiful depiction of a man, bearded and with deathly pale skin and glowing red cinders for eyes. On the left, he's holding a pewter bowl overflowing with some sort of crimson liquid before 3 other figures, 2 men and a woman. On the right, he's wandering with a crooked staff in hand through an endless desert under a beautiful starry sky. And in the dead center, he's sitting upon a throne. Those painted eyes staring out directly at you. As you enter in, directly before you, it's like a baptismal font, except it's definitely not filled with water. You're starting to realize what the cups were for. Looking around, You see a lot of familiar faces. Jeremy and Ambella and Hygeia, for one, they were already down here. Freddie Worth, towards one of the back pews, face twisting into a bit of a grimace as he sees who's joining them for the sermon. The equally twisted, though in a far more scarred sense, face of Sheriff Langford and Nick and Mary all sat a bit further. The chamber isn't massive, but it's not so small either that you have to shuffle past people awkwardly to get good seating. At the pulpit, a man in an outfit that reminds you of a priest's cassock, only instead of black, it's a very, very dark red. Continues to proselytize. His skin and his formidable beard are the same color, a very pale white. He could be a ghost, if not for the energy he radiates out into the room as he stands at that pulpit reading from some large tome set up before him. At the foot of the altar, a woman who you think might be Carmen, given the description that Rafe gave you, stands at attention, very demurely off to one side, playing with, well, whatever it is at the end of that necklace around her neck. It's not a cross, looks more like an ankh, almost. Let thy mighty power ever guard us and protect us, thou great font of wisdom and of the blood. Instruct thine childer in thy holy presence, guide and uplift us now and forever. Amen. Several people throughout the room echo, Amen. As they do, those that have a cup drink. Question is, anyone else partaking?
Was I handed a cup at any point?
Well, there were quite a few free ones on that table.
Also, I'm at hunger 4. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I'm gonna try a little sippy because Ash has learned that this is a fucking Russian roulette with drinking blood that they don't know where it came from. And depending how that first sip is going to go, might just like hold the cup in front of them and not drink more.
It tastes not bad. Whatever's in there, it's not. It tastes like blood, but something's off. Something enough to make it potable, but not necessarily filling. Rafe breaks away from you pretty early on, taking a seat in one of the pews. Jeremy, you've been down here a little longer than the rest, and you have to instinctually try to not cover your ears because there's no music in this room, and yet the noise is deafening. This organ cascade. If Faith had a soundtrack, you imagine it'd be something similarly ear-shattering.
I imagine then he shrinks into the shadows and is kind of awkwardly covering at least one of his ears with a hand.
The rest of you, doesn't seem like anyone singled you out just yet, as whatever sermon or ceremony is happening seems to have only just started. So what are you doing?
Finding a seat in the back and observing.
Same.
think Crowe has just found a seat. I don't think she's particularly worried about being in the back or being up front. Like, it's a religious service, and she's going to show it that respect.
As you all take your seats, you can see there is someone towards the front, almost at the first row of the pews directly before the altar. Well, someone might be being a little generous. This woman is twisted, is really the only way to describe her. A hunched, elongated, gray-skinned ghoul, muttering prayers through snaggle teeth that erupt out of her gums and past her lips. The clothing that she's wearing is threadbare, very bag lady chic, but she holds in her hands her long fingers twisted around necklace of red and white beads ending in another similar ankh-shaped symbol, only this one is heavy and over-ornate. It looks like you could potentially use it as an improvised bludgeoning weapon. You think you've acquired your target.
Aster will point this individual out to everybody else, or at least those sitting with her.
Sort of scan around as well and figure out where Jeremy might have gotten off to, because do we see him?
Is Jeremy actively using Cloak of Shadows?
No.
And yeah, you see him towards the back.
Aster does a like one of those like silent friendly waves, like hi.
Yeah, he's covering like one side of his head with a hand and is like leaning back against the wall in the shadows, eyes half scrunched closed.
Didn't know if they were still planning on doing this part. Try and beckon you over to where we're all sitting.
At the front of the congregation, the preacher says to the assembled group, "Fellow Cainites, pleases me to see so many new faces among you tonight. This is a night that tests even the most stalwart of souls." He begins to go into some kind of pre-prepared sermon. Jeremy, do you join the rest of them where they're located?
Yeah, if I got waved over, I'll come over and I'll sit down with them.
Sort of lean in and say quietly, I think the person we're supposed to talk to is up there. Kind of gesture with my head. I just need to get her a rosary.
All right. How do we want to play it? Somebody just talk and distract while the others lift it?
I don't think there's any lifting that thing. It looks super heavy. It also makes it a lot harder that they're wearing it.
Yeah. Does pose a lot of problems. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah. I guess the other option is to talk her into giving it to us.
I like that option. Selfishly.
The same. It's much less likely to erupt into violence.
So I was thinking, what if Jeremy and Ash went to deal and get the rosary and we dealt with everything else?
Yeah, I mean, could work, because Ash, that means you won't have to worry about being in the same room as Freddy.
That's appreciated. I can try to run interference while Jer's the much more stealthy one, so...
Jeremy also seemed to have a way with the other Nosferatu, so maybe turn your charm, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Feeling a little less anxiety about this.
A lot of people are going to die tonight.
But not us.
Can you be more specific?
I lost several hours tonight, so I have no idea. But bad feeling.
Bad feeling. Okay. Well, it's something. It's just, you gotta be less cryptic.
Get shot up by bikers, bad feeling? Or like someone careening and cracking their head open, bad feeling?
Like being crushed beneath a church bell.
I'll stay away from the church bell.
Yeah.
Look, we gotta work together if we're gonna get out of this. Because we know that Crowe is, we can't trust her.
It's unfortunate.
As you're having this conversation, you were all kind of concentrating on your own half-cocked plan. You weren't really paying attention to what was being said up at the altar, and suddenly you hear the sound of almost sounds like the grinding of gears as you look back and you see the baptismal font, this large bowl-shaped structure that at first you thought was built into the floor, begins to slide forward. Some sort of mechanism in the floor dragging it through the causeway between the pews and towards the base of the altar. So you hear the preacher say, "But on this night of nights, it is more important than ever to reaffirm our mandate. Though the soul of our dear sheriff may wander, as the Dark Father did wander in the depths of his despair through the land of Nod, we who still remain unconquered by the slings of the arrows of the beast, must remember. We must not be afraid to face the fire." You hear some kind of gurgling from inside the baptismal font as whatever was inside of it drains the moment it reaches the base of the altar. And then Carmen walks over to it. You hear a slight hiss as she fiddles with something you can't quite see on the opposite side of the bowl, and then suddenly the bowl bursts into flames, becoming a brazier. Something inside of you shrinks away from the heat and the light. Who among you will come forth and indulge in the sacrament?
I knew what that meant.
I'm just gonna do the thing you do in class where you don't want to be picked on, is you just make yourself small so maybe they don't see you.
Ash is gonna look over to Jeremy.
Ellie's gonna stand up from her seat.
Immediately you feel the preacher's gaze fix on you. "Step forward, sister. Name yourself for your fellow Cainites."
My name is Crowe.
You are new amongst us, Crowe, are you not?
I am.
You wish to affirm your mandate. You wish to stand before the flames, as Caine once did, and prove that you, too, may defy the Lord of the prison of the world.
I do.
Deacon, if you would be so kind. And you see Carmen comes over to you, takes your hands and guides you to the front. Despite your willingness, you don't want to get close to that roaring blaze. And yet she's guiding you directly toward it. So you hear her whisper softly to it. It's okay. He loves you. He sees you. He won't let you come to any permanent harm. Do you have an item of faith you wish to contribute?
She pulls off a necklace that sits up underneath her jacket. It's just it's a wooden pentacle that she hand wove herself with twigs and vines to sort of keep it all held together.
This shall do nicely. She takes the pentacle in your hands and sort of wraps it around hers so that you're both holding it. She guides you over to the brazier. It dangles above the pit. Crowe, there's something in you that really, really does not want to be this close to any kind of open blaze. And yet, you feel this woman dangling your hands over just so the tendrils of flame are just barely beginning to lick up onto the pentagram, beginning to catch. Preacher walks down from his pulpit and places a hand, one on your shoulder, one on Carmen's, begins to intone in a language that, whatever it is, it's not Latin. You don't know what it is. It sounds ancient and harsh. But there's a power to it, something that keeps you from immediately running for the hills as your beast recoils. I need you to give me a resolve plus composure roll.
We're gonna willpower that. 6 successes.
6 successes. All right. Flames begin to catch onto the little bundle of twigs and twine. They begin to trace up. You feel the flames beginning to sear into your skin, and it hurts. But there's a certain clarity that comes with the pain. All of your superficial willpower damage heals. And this moment, in this singular moment in time, Crowe, your mind is your own. The little voice that's been whispering your ear ever since you became kindred is gone. And all those memories, uncolored by the blood bond, begin rushing in. It's just a single moment. You can already feel the clarity slipping away, but what does Crowe do in that moment?
In that moment, she remembers sitting on the floor with Cass. He was freaking out, and Sebastian pointing the gun at him, ready to kill him. And that feeling of the callousness of just, I'll get you a new one. As if Cass was just a puppy or a toy that could just be replaced. Even though she pushed through to talk him down, there was still that voice in the back of her head that was just ready to accept it and ready to just go, yeah, you know what, you're right, I'll just get a new one. All because that's what he said. And I think there's a flush of guilt and anger. And she just starts crying until that clarity fades. And she stops and notices that she's crying and wipes the blood off her face and just says, I'm sorry. And
the necklace
goes to move herself away. Like she lets go of the necklace and goes to get away from the fire of just this. I think that in a way, like she's trying to get out of this where she's standing, but I feel like mentally, spiritually, she's trying to get away from herself.
The necklace is cinders at this point. Your hands are seared and raw. You take a point of aggravated damage from this sacrament, but your mind is reeling. But you can feel someone's hands around your shoulders, whispering in your ear, "It's okay. It's okay, sister. You did great. Just let it wash over you." You're somebody else. In nomine Patris Tenebris. Amen. Another Amen. You hear a very different voice, your own voice, shouting at you, screaming, but it sounds so distant, like it's falling down a dark well, and then it'll just be gone, and then he'll just have his hooks back in you, and you'll just go back to pretending like any of this is sane.
I thought he loved me.
Give me a willpower check.
3 successes.
You all see it. In real time, the feathers start to sprout on the base of her collarbones and between the long dreadlocks as you just give off a soul-wrenching howl. Fangs exposed, blood tears dripping down your face. You are frenzying. It's causing quite the commotion.
Shit, fuck.
So what are you
shit.
all doing in that moment of chaos? Because several things are happening at once.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going
To go comfort Crowe.
Yeah, I'm going to approach Crowe.
Yeah, Ash will
Yeah,
as well,
same.
because they may not have, they may not agree on a lot, but you know what? Everybody's having a rough one tonight.
And we're all in this together.
All in this. Crowe?
Hey.
Hey?
Bro, you need to go. You need to fight. You need to do something. You can't be here. It's too much. It's all just too much.
I feel like she's just going to run out of the room back outside.
I'm going to grab Crowe before she can.
Give me, let's call it strength or dex plus athletics, and Crowe, give me dex plus athletics.
I would like to assist.
All right. And you can take a bonus die on that.
Got 3 successes.
That is a 5 success messy critical.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Well, if she wasn't causing a commotion before.
Also, I don't know if it matters, but there is a 1 on a hunger die.
Yeah, for me.
Yeah.
This is about to get real fucking messy.
So this
No.